Are you worried you're going to relapse?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not going to, period, the end.
Welcome to mojocore, and today we're counting down our picks for the most allegedly difficult actors and actresses to work with on movie or TV sets.
One more peep out of you and you are grounded, mister, and I am not joking. All right, let's begin.
Number 10, Faye Dunaway. Faye Dunaway is a Hollywood legend, but unfortunately, she appears to be just as legendary for her ugly attitude as for her iconic roles.
You better take me home now.
Now you wait.
Now don't you touch me!
All right. If all you want's a stud service, you get on back to West Dallas and you stay there the rest of your life.
And if the stories are true, no one is safe from Ms. Dunaway's wrath. For example, there's the Pottery Barn employee who claims Dunaway called her a, quote, effing moron, and the Broadway wig designer's assistant who got her hand slapped when Dunaway didn't like, quote, how the hairpins were being presented. Even other actors aren't safe. According to James Woods, Dunaway once threw something at him because he ad-libbed a line during a take. And while she's denied it, it's been alleged that she threw her urine in Roman Polanski's face after he asked her to wait to take a bathroom break.
No wire hangers! What's wire hangers doing in this closet when I told you no wire hangers ever?
Number 9, Dustin Hoffman. There's no denying that Dustin Hoffman has been in some great films and is one of the greatest actors of his generation. And he has a whole bunch of awards and nominations to prove it. However, his dedication to his craft has often come at the expense of a favorable work environment for those on set with him. He's been known to argue with directors and demand extra takes to get it perfect.
Sometimes both things have happened where he just doesn't want to do it the way I want it to be done, and I just refuse to do it the way he would prefer it to be done.
Then there's Meryl Streep. Hoffman starred opposite Streep in Kramer vs. Kramer, and on one of the first takes, he slapped her without warning. Hoffman has since discussed his performance on set as possibly acting out, quote, stuff that I was feeling toward the wife that I was divorcing in real life.
We were shooting the scene and I was properly upset, I thought, and I was getting my stuff together and walked out in the hallway, and he looked at me and he slapped me as hard as he could.
Who? Dustin.
Dustin.
Number 8, Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, you rude. Dumb, rude, and full of farts. You stanky Sean, real-time stanker.
When it came out in early 2016 that infamous Mexican drug lord El Chapo met and interviewed with actor Sean Penn, the most reasonable question asked by the public was, why? What qualifications does Penn have?
Forget about blame. We're going to put all our focus, all our energy, all our billions of dollars on the bad guy.
Well, if he were to respond to that question, we probably wouldn't be able to publish it due to explicit language and its overall awful message.
So what are we saying? I've got to change medication.
Though known as a great actor, he is also famous for being incredibly rude and an overall jerk.
My own little daughter, and I can't even cry for her.
Allegedly hostile and intimidating, he's not someone you want to share the screen with. Number 7, Bill Murray.
Is this some radical new therapy?
You see?
Bill Murray has had a long career making great comedies and managed to segue into dramatic roles as well. Unfortunately, over that long career, he's also managed to accumulate a long list of people with unpleasant stories about what it's like to work with him. Gina Davis has written about Murray forcing a massage device on her and yelling derogatory things at her on set. Richard Dreyfuss said that a drunk Murray threw an ashtray at him while filming What About Bob? And a producer on that film has talked about Murray throwing her in a lake following a disagreement. Lucy Liu has also talked publicly about the, quote, inexcusable and unacceptable language Murray directed at her on the set of Charlie's Angels.
Alex, you okay?
She's having trouble with her secret identity, Paz.
Aren't we all? Scoot.
Number 6, Alec Baldwin.
You want to go out on those sits tonight and close, it's yours. Not, you're going to be shining my shoes.
Alec Baldwin's difficulties with his daughter, paparazzi, and flight attendants have been well documented, and the stuff of many tabloid headlines over the years. But Baldwin's short temper and less than stellar attitude haven't just been reserved for family and airline employees. The actor has been known to bring said aggressive unpleasantness to work and sick it on those in and around the set as well. Adam Bernstein was a director on 30 Rock for just 6 episodes. Why only 6? It's been speculated that he didn't want to stick around very long after Baldwin threatened violence on him for holding up his thumbs to frame a shot. And another 30 Rock director, Paul Feig, called Baldwin the most difficult member of the cast to work with.
I'm sorry, are you on some subconscious level seeing this as me toying with your manhood?
Of course I am. I invented that.
Number 5, Steven Seagal.
The police are looking for you, but I'm gonna have to kill you first.
It seems increasingly difficult for Seagal to find credible work these days. Lord knows it's been a long, hard minute since the last time he had a box office hit. That may have something to do with the fact that he's supposedly a nightmare on set. Not only is Seagal cited as being highly critical of others, he's also been known to physically intimidate cast members.
And he Aikito'd me against a brick wall. Pow! Knocked all the air out of me. I was like, what? What?
He purportedly slammed comedian John Leguizamo against a wall simply for laughing at him. Because, comedians aren't allowed to be funny. We'll put it this way. Henry Rollins has stated he'd rather drink latex paint than work with Seagal.
If you thought you could save the world, but nobody would know it, and you might have to give your life in doing it, would you do it?
Number 4, Charlie Sheen.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
While not in the spotlight recently, Charlie Sheen's personal life has been the subject of controversy for years, including domestic issues with his then-fiancée Kelly Preston.
When she lifted my pants off the scale, it fell out of the back jeans pocket and hit the floor and shot a bullet right between her legs.
And his infamous drug addiction.
You borrow my brain for 5 seconds and just be like, dude, can't handle it. Unplug this bastard.
Therefore, it's not too much of a stretch to imagine just how difficult it would be to work with him.
He also tells me Chuck Lorre is a loser and a clown and a whole lot worse than that.
His substance abuse and disparaging comments about Chuck Lorre are apparently what got him fired from his career-rejuvenating role on 2.5 Men.
If you want to point the finger, look for the horse trainer who put crystal meth in Mr. Maglue's feed bag.
We can't blame him entirely, though. If he really is a freaking rock star from Mars, they may have different sets of customs over there.
I'm tapped out, Mark. American Express got a hitman looking for me.
Number 3, Mike Myers.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Pick your jaw up off the floor. We weren't expecting it either, but apparently this funny man is not nearly as fun as his characters.
That is one crazy getup you got there, fella.
Hey, thank you.
The Austin power star has been constantly called, quote, moody and temperamental, and many complain about the degree of control Mike Myers feels he should be able to exhibit over the cast and crew.
It's a very groovy time.
Many executives in the industry have simply refused to work with him, and rumor has it he even had a crew member fired for looking him in the eyes on a particularly bad day. Not groovy, baby.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contract or no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
Number 2, Klaus Kinski.
Listen, the children of the night make their music.
Even the most difficult of actors tends to make a few friends in the industry. And even if they don't, sometimes you can put up with the worst of the worst if they're simply that damn talented. And then sometimes you have people like Klaus Kinski, who was reportedly so difficult that nobody gave him a second chance. Though not a household name, the German actor appeared in over 100 films throughout his long career. Despite that extensive list, Kinski only ever worked with one director on multiple occasions. All the others refused to deal with him again. To put it bluntly, Kinski has been described as insane. Prone to frequent blow-ups, there really is no comparison to his madness.
Ich spiele es jetzt so, ich will und aus. Gut, ja, aber wir müssen natürlich wissen. Endlich aufhören, mit ihr Hausfrauenanweisungen zu geben.
Number 1, Chevy Chase.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten...
Who hasn't Chevy Chase pissed off? Kindly regarded as perhaps the biggest grump in Hollywood, Chase has been described as an indefensible, cruelly vicious put-down artist.
The Zen philosopher Basho once wrote, "A flute with no holes is not a flute, and a donut with no hole is a Danish." He's a funny guy.
As early as his SNL days, Chase was burning bridges with the likes of John Belushi, Bill Murray, and the writers. He's talked serious smack about most big names in the industry. Some notables include Will Ferrell, Howard Stern, Kevin Smith, and Bill Maher. More recently, Chase destroyed the one good thing he had going with the cult classic show Community.
Chevy, how you feeling about the Dan Harmon stuff?
The what?
Dan Harmon.
Who's that?
He heavily criticized the series and showrunner while he was still a cast member, and was known to have extremely offensive on-set tirades. We can't imagine Chase has many friends left.
Every man should be punched in the face. It's a rite of passage.
Were you surprised about any of these difficult actors? Let us know in the comments.